Welcome everyone to today's Friday Forum talk entitled The Things They Buried, the Religious Dynamics of Remembering and Forgetting America's War Dead. My name is Casey Umlin. I'm the program director here at the University YMCA. Before introducing the head table and speaker, I wanted to let you know about some upcoming events at the Y that are coming up this week. Yesterday we opened our newest exhibition in the Art at the Y exhibition series in Murphy Gallery, which is the other large room on the first floor. It's called 23 Portraits by Jason Patterson. It features women with roots in either the Champaign, Urbana, or University of Illinois communities. They're African American women who have paved the way for civil rights as well as women's rights, and we encourage you to go ahead and take a look at that. We'd also like to invite you to join us for some of our international programming. We'll be continuing the Cosmo Coffee Hours next Thursday at 7:30 with Club Romania, who will be hosting this week's coffee hour. Those occur also in Murphy. And also I want to let you know that tickets for the 28th Annual International Dinner are currently on sale for $8 at the front desk. That event features food from over 30 different countries as well as cultural performances. I'd also like to invite you to take a look at the series brochures on your seats or on the tables in front of you for our Tuesday series, Know Your University. This week we'll be talking about eBlack Champaign-Urbana, using technology and information to connect and empower, with Noah Lenstra of the Graduate School of Library and Information Science. And of course we encourage you to join us again next Friday as we continue our Friday Forum series, Americans at War, with Paul Deal, who will be speaking on U.S. peacebuilding efforts in Iraq and Afghanistan, success or failure, and how do we know? The back of the series brochures that are in front of you list campus and community organizations that have joined with the Y McKinley Foundation, First Mennonite Church, Wesley Foundation, and Episcopal Church and Foundation in financially sponsoring this program. We thank each of these groups for their consistent support. Sign language interpreters are available for any speaker in the series if you contact the Y front desk by 3 p.m. on the Tuesday prior to the Friday lecture. If you have any questions, you can check in at the front desk or give us a call. Friday Forum is rebroadcast on WEF 90.1 Community Radio on Mondays from 6 to 7 p.m. Because of that, after the speaker's presentation, we'll begin our question and answer period using the remote microphone that I'm currently using. We ask that you wait to ask your questions until I come around and give you the microphone so that we can make sure we get your questions on the air and to make sure that Dr. Ebel can actually hear you. If you need to leave at any point during the presentation for class or other meetings, please feel free to discreetly slip out. At this time, I'd like to introduce you to today's head table. We are joined by Colleen Vojak, who is an adjunct professor and visiting project coordinator with Education Policy, Organization, and Leadership, Emily Ann Susana, who is president of Interfaith in Action, and Jenna Prochaska, who is also a member of Interfaith in Action and is also a member of the YMCA Board of Governors. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the main event, today's speaker. Dr. Jonathan Ebel is Assistant Professor of Religious Studies. He received his doctorate from the University of Chicago in 2004. He teaches courses in American religious history, focusing on themes and movements that can be traced from century to century: diversity, discord and dialogue, religion and violence, revivalism and evangelicalism, immigration and migration, as well as more focused seminars on the religious culture of early 20th century America. He's currently working on a study of religious thoughts and lives of American participants in the First World War. He's most interested in studying the place of religion in rendering meaningful the traumatic experiences of the individuals and communities. His book, Faith in the Fight, Religion and the American Soldier in the First World War, is forthcoming from Princeton University Press. Please join me in welcoming today's speaker.
Oh, no. Yeah. I could probably make my way through the presentation just with the slides, but the text will help tremendously. A quick update on Casey's profile of me. The book that she mentioned is out from Princeton University Press. It came out in April of 2010 and would make a wonderful Easter egg for you or for any of your loved ones. It's available through Amazon.com and other book retailers. The bit of research that I would like to share with you today is part of a project that I've been working on for about 4 years now. And it grew out of my first book, a study of the religious lives and thoughts of Americans who helped to wage the Great War. And this book examines the peculiarly religious dynamics that surround the figure of the soldier in America. I hope that it will become clear rather quickly why it is that someone trained in the study of religion, and more specifically the history of Christianity, has spent time writing about war and the military. I hope that you will also note that I choose my research venues carefully. France is a nice place to go and poke around in the archives. And I look forward to your comments and critiques. This is a work in progress, and all works in progress, I believe, benefit from discussion and strenuous critique. Away we go. On Christmas Day, 1919, the Reverend Aaron Allen Heist preached a sermon titled "The Present Day Incarnation." He wanted his congregation, Rose City Park Methodist Church in Portland, Oregon, to reflect on the historically vexing words of the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 14. Anyone? Anyone? And the Word became flesh. To help them, Heist turned to an analogy. Since the Great War was a fresh memory, he compared the incarnation to soldiering. Quote, "America spoke great words as she entered the war, but that which has given power to the words is that they became flesh. Sacred flesh that lies buried in a soil once alien, clean flesh that marched and fought and suffered for the honor of the country and the safety of humanity. It was when the Word became flesh that the Word became mighty." Unquote. Soldiers were to America as Christ was to God, the suffering, serving incarnation of the divine will. This analogy, soldier is to America as Christ is to God, is at once fascinating and troubling. I'm not going to delve immediately into the potentially problematic theologies that can emerge from seeing a nation, any nation, as God, or its diverse, even in 1919, soldiery as Christ-like. Rather, I want to spend some time talking about the role of this analogy in the sanctification of, to quote Heist again, soil once alien. I want to follow the Reverend's lead to examine the overt and more obscure ways that America's 23 overseas military cemeteries present, conceal, and